Hey, oh, there's someone there. Hi. I have to kind of keep my voice not too loud because someone's staying home because they're sick from school. So, yeah, all the stuff I do in my room, that's where my kid sleeps. So, yeah, as you can see here, I am currently working on that headless bard or headless monk singer. He's a monk, and this whole thing with him singing with this. I'm not sure if I don't think that's an Arhu, but how he sings with no head. I was like, how does that work? How does that work? But it's, yes, as you can hear, that's why I have to stay home these past few days. My poor kid caught a cold. He's just resting it off. The easiest medicine is just staying in bed, but he likes to go out and not go out out of the house, but like just get up and play with his toys. And you tell him to go back to bed, and then you have to go cook. And you turn around, he's running around with a suitcase. So I can only do so much, but now I'm just have to be strict with him now, and he has to stay in bed. Yeah. All you do is stay in bed, no video games, no playing around, just stay in bed. As an adult, that sounds like a dream come true. Like, if someone told me just stay in bed, don't do anything, no internet, no anything, just go to sleep, I'm down for that. And please excuse my references right here. I'm just going to try to adjust. And yes, this is a real pumpkin. And they left. Okay. So they checked around and they didn't like what they saw. All right. I need to get used to that. Okay. But that won't stop me from pointing it out and carrying on with things. So I'm just trying to fill in some areas because I think it took place in some kind of desert plain area that used to be very prestigious and very, they mentioned that they used to have a lot of life and color and vegetation, and then shit happens. Now they're a desert, and it's like a very desolate, gross, crumbled civilization that once was. And I was like, oh, okay. And then this guy just lumbers around with no head, singing some tunes. And just the design, I was like, what is that? I've never seen that before. So I am intrigued. I am weirded out, but also interested. So I just decided, okay, let's draw this dude. Let's draw him. And here we are. And thankfully, I started this while I was waiting for the live stream to go on. And I'm like pretty okay with the sketch. It's not, this is a literal screen cap, and I'm just trying to see what I can make from this. And it's pretty good. The only thing is the hands are kind of big. I'm not very good with hands, so they look ridiculously huge. Maybe I can shorten it out later on, and hopefully it'll turn out okay. I don't know. Sometimes I have good ideas, or there's something I just want to draw and see what happens from there. And yes, most of them turn out pretty good. And then there are those that, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And that you'd be surprised how often I have the why did that happen route. There is always that sense of arrogance, or you get a little bit too cocky, like, oh, my work's turning out so great. Let's keep going from there. And then something happens in the process, and oh my God, what happened there? So I have that sometimes. But at the same time, I just it depends. I either lose interest and stop working on it, or I get distracted, or I trash the whole thing and start all over when I still feel as though there is some potential, there is still hope to save this project. And yeah, my poor baby. I keep seeing a lot of people talking smack about kids, and I don't want to have children. I don't like it. Like, geez, man. Can you imagine being that person's parents? But it depends. Not all of them have good parents. So I understand. So the ones with that have parents that were not the best parents, and I understand to a degree, okay? I'll let that slide. Or they had like very traumatizing scenarios that involved, and it was a parent's fault, and they're just little kids, and it was out of their hands, out of their control. I give those a pass, okay? But the ones that could just nah, I don't feel like it. And then wait till they get older. And that's the thing. You can change your mind. It has happened. And there are also accidents, but there have been situations where people change their minds about having kids. And yeah, it's tiring, but what do you expect? What do you think your parents dealt with? Why do people act like, I was always a diligent child. I was well behaved. I did this. I filed taxes when I was 6. Like, no, you're a little asshole when you're a little kid, okay? It's okay to be a little jerk, okay? It's okay. It's not okay, but you can't help it. It's out of your control. You don't know why you feel the way you feel until you find out, oh, that's the way I feel. And then by then, you're already like, a teenager, and that there's no guarantee that you're actually going to absorb and understand what the heck's going on with your behaviors. And that's okay. But I feel like nowadays, people are getting way more selfish than they should. But again, internet speak, internet. Being in the internet too long does wreck your brain too much. So I am glad that while I can listen to these things, I'm not fully immersed. I'm not like, oh, that's my epiphany. That's my awakening, the woke thing where like, oh, that's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, no, I just have background noise while I do these little drawings or little art projects. And then I find like the most ratchet ass stuff. I'm like, oh my God. And then some of them, they can be fake too, like just because they need clicks and attention and they got their attention. And some people buy into that. I feel like you don't have to rush and, say this is all gospel. This is all true. This is all fact. You need to seriously do your own research when people say weird ass stuff that sometimes it may sound true, but you need to double check those facts, okay? And sometimes people can mix stuff up online just to, push out their narrative to make people believe this is the thing and you should believe it too. Like, you have a brain, you have a choice, you have access to information, and you have to decide whether or not you want to delve further into that, or just take everything at face value and assume everything is right in front of you. Okay, so yeah, it's like, oh my God, internet stuff. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Some parts are kind of off, I'll admit. Some of them, like, this part. Oh, I think I need to droop the shoulder down a bit more. Yeah, even though it's not an artist pencil, as long as it works, that's fine. I think someone I saw in Threads was talking about like having to suggest whether or not, should I go to art school to learn art? I want to make art, but how do I do that? Do I just learn from tutorials? Do I just go to school for this? What? Okay, so people have different experiences about that stuff. For me, I don't think I needed it. I've been drawing since I was like probably 2 years old. Not like this, obviously, but I just love drawing. It was just so fun watching my older siblings, who are also good, if not better, at drawing than I am, just draw me little things. I would ask them to draw me like Gumby, 1950-ish claymation things, because they also had it in the 80s. And I was like, oh, can you draw me that? Draw me that. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And they would draw it for me. And I would just love watching how everything would come together. And I would try to make my own versions, or I would scribble something out. And then we have, I don't know, I feel like this is kind of off. Like this should not be this long. So I have this area is bothering me. I will probably fix it later on. The hands are kind of big, ridiculously big, but let's give him big hands. Why not? Yeah, the proportions were a little weird. Oh, I got something that's going on here. Thank you. And then what else? I will just keep these more as sketches rather than this is the final product, but I like to just still use it for fun, similar to my card art. Oh, this is today's Inktober. Yeah, I'll see if I can do. Someone was asking, oh, are you going to do Inktober? And I was like, well, I looked at the theme. It's like hiking and trekking and backpacking and stuff. I'm like, ew, I don't like that because I don't like hiking. But if I can incorporate something that interests me into the theme, I will like it. Like, yeah, this theme is discover. What does that have to do with a freaking pig spider? Nothing. But I did not know a thing about Emoji Kitchen. I know it's an old thing by now, but I was amongst the very few. I was like, oh, what is that? And the first thing I beeline to was adding anything with a pig and whatever emoji they had available to combine this weird concoction. And one of them was pig and spider. And I was like, what the heck is that? So they do have that. And then you can use it in your like DMs and what have you. So I decided to draw this for my Discover because I didn't know this was a thing. And this was a lot of fun to do. Creepy, but very fun to do. And then the other Inktober I had was Backpack. And there was this fat cat. It kind of looks like a raccoon with how the pattern is, but the pattern is. But I did have this thing where I like looking at chubby little animals wearing backpacks. I thought that was the cutest thing ever. And so I was like, let's insert animal there, add a backpack, you're good to go. And that's what I did. It's not the exact same thing. I think it had like a spiky backpack. And it's this cat from Thailand. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to draw this. So here we are. Also, my thing, well, I'll talk a little bit before I continue with this guy here. I used to do Inktober a little bit, but on larger 8.5 by 11 inch paper, printer paper, or a sketchbook, but usually printer paper. This was actually a struggle with what I could do with Inktober. Usually, I think you're supposed to finish like one drawing a day. I could not do that. Like maybe after 2 or 3 days, I got tired, I got lazy, life happens, and I could not commit. And so I would probably have like 3 or 4 drawings. Maybe the maximum is about 8 that I can remember offhand. And so I did not really find it interesting. And some of the themes I did not care for, or I was like, oh, what the heck? How do I draw that? And then I would give up. Or they mentioned you can also pick out which themes you can draw. So I thought I did that. And then it was just, oh, this is not the green I want. And so I decided, oh, well, kind of. So I figured, okay, so, oh, shoot. Let me take a picture of that. Sorry. Please excuse my messages. And let me see here. I'll do this off camera so I don't bother you. Okay. So this is what I do when I do with Reels. I take pictures a lot. Just to show the progress. I know the typical classic option is to record every single step like you're doing it live. And a lot of people like that, but I don't. So a lot of things that usual artists do, I don't care about. And because of what I don't like, people don't like my stuff. I figured. But it's what I'm comfortable with. I don't like doing the whole, I tried with the speed drawing. I did that with Crayola challenges, and while it was okay, I had to keep stopping. Resume, stop, resume. And so, yeah, this is the part I don't like, where I have to erase things. But I do have a chance to save the work somehow, but sometimes I forget my line art. That's why it's good for me to take a picture. It's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. And then also have the reference on hand. So this is what I do to do the line art now. Sometimes I would just leave the line art, but that was when I used black pen. And, oh, right. So this book, I decided to not use any black ink. It's not a race thing. Okay, don't look too hard into that. That's insane. I just wanted to try something different because the majority of my life, I've always drawn with black ink. And I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I'll do that all elsewhere. But for this book, let's try something different. Let's try no black ink. Brown is okay. And then even gray is okay, but not black. Let's just see what happens from there. And then, funny enough, it's been pretty interesting. Well, some areas didn't work, especially if I did not want to include like neutral tones like brown. But it's been pretty good regardless. I'll show a few. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's going to be a messy desk today. And let's cooperate, desk and camera, please. Thank you. Okay, so for instance, So this was the first page I had. I guess I can put it up close. So this is the first page. I was just testing out based on this two-headed bunny I saw. I think it was I'm not sure if it's real or taxidermy of some kind. I don't know. I mean, not real. Like someone made it up somehow and created it, or it was actual taxidermy with a two-headed rabbit. I don't know. And then there's my pig, my go-to character. Lovely. And then there's Mutu. Oh, we're so cute. I think it's a she. She's so cute. I think I need to add darker lines on here. It's kind of been bothering me that it's a bit too faded out. And then there's the Hulk. Oh, yes. Yeah, I know. My poor kid. And then I'll probably not do it as much. Yeah, I'll just be on here a bit shorter than usual. Not my usual hour, just for obvious reasons, as you can hear. And then, yeah, I did go back to the Buff series a little bit. I did a revamp of Bats Maru. And then, oh, self-portrait, lovely. I messed up here. I'll probably fix it. Probably, I don't know yet. And then, yeah, I also wanted to keep pencil work. I miss doing pencils, and so I feel like this looks like he has a jump rope inserted inside. This one, though, I do like how this turned out. This was a lot of fun to do. I was worried because when I started, the face was kind of wonky, but after much erasing and stubbornness, it came together quite well. And they left. Okay. And then this is Lapu Lapu from the Philippines. I never drew him before. And this was based off like an old reinterpretation painting of some sort. And I was like, let's young him up. Let's make him have a glow up of some sort. And so I did a little bit. And it's pretty cool. I like it. Though I think the earrings were supposed to be a little bit bigger. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'll finish early, okay? So you can have more sleep. And this viral little chicken nugget here. Very cute. And then back to this. I have a few sketches inside, but you're not missing much. It's just more pigs. So yeah, back to what I erased. Okay, now I kind of forgot what I drew. Oops. Okay, so I'll do this. I'll start the necklace. The necklace is probably the easiest for me for now. Oh, wait, no, I have actually, let's do lights. This one has light colors too. Get out of there. Okay, so it's going to be a little difficult, but we'll see. And I do like the sketchy look of drawing in a sketchbook. I do see those who do like the perfect, like it's photographic art. And a lot of people like that stuff a lot. I like it too. It's fine. I am envious. I am jealous. And that's okay to admit that. But I don't know. I favor sketchy looks more. Like I like imperfections. I like seeing things that show, okay, a person actually did that. Not just AI, not just some prodigy artist who's been drawing since they came out of the womb sort of thing. You know, and I think that's what kind of prevents other people to get into art. They see like incredible artists who like do perfect art of like freaking cities from their freaking memory. While I am impressed, I'm also like, oh my gosh, how am I going to compete? Not compete, but like, what's the point of me doing art when there's these people who make lifelike photographic quality art, and then there's also those jerks who make BS and they make like thousands of dollars from like an empty canvas for $18,000 or euros or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. I have opinions, and if I say that, I'll probably get kicked out. Let's just say. But yeah, I was like, oh my God. That's why I don't like looking too much at too much art things. I have to enjoy, again, in short bursts, in small doses. If I see them too long, I'm going to get cranky and wonder why am I even trying. I'm pretty sure a lot of artists do have those moments where we're like, what's the point of me contributing to any art when there's people that do way better, way more creative, have much more talent, can network and do all, you know, I'm pretty sure a good chunk of artists have those issues in their heads swirling around. I am amongst that. I just tell myself to shut up. Stop thinking so hard. Put down those reels, do your own work, and if you still like it, then I think that's already a win in my book, because it's really hard out there to try to get more follows, more likes and stuff, and the algorithm working against you, and then people like, what's the point? Why do we even have to worry about the algorithm? But at the same time, I post a lot. I have over 1,000 posts on Instagram and only a few friends, and that's if they're not busy actually look at my stuff. And I don't mind sharing with other people, but I feel like people don't care. That aren't, new people, they don't give a crap. So I have to actively keep showing up to like threads to promote myself, but I don't like doing that either. So I'm also stabbing myself in the foot. And I think also because I'm introverted as balls. And so I think I saw a thread the other day asking like, how do you get so many views and follows in this? Like, what do you do? Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And then there's be like, well, yeah, let me know too. I don't know. And so the ones that did answer, that had genuine answers, they're all going, you have to be engaging. You have to leave meaningful comments, and then they'll go look at your stuff and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but like, do you have to do that all the time? Or, I don't like doing that, because sometimes when I have an opinion and then people want to like jump down your throat for having said opinion, especially when they realize, oh, you're not young. And then, because I had that happen before, that's stupid. But at the same time, just use the block option. You're good to go. But at the same time, I don't like engaging. That's the other thing. Why do I have to engage? But I do notice some people who garner more follows and stuff, they actually ask the audience or the viewers questions about like, oh, why are you going to do participate in Inktober, blah, 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 or like, how's your day going? So I think I should probably try to do something like that, but I'm tired. I'm always doing something. I'm lucky enough to be online, to be able to do things, because I know there are people who would they used to do a lot of creative things, but once they had a family, once they have children, they just abandon all of the joys in their life. I'm just kidding, not all of their joys, but like certain hobbies. Like there's like this not ongoing, but once in a while they bring up things on TV or movies that, oh, I stopped doing fun things because I had a family. Oh, I stopped. And I understand, especially if you have work. But even with me, like, I don't even have to do all this. I could just say, fuck it, and then just be super, super dedicated to being a mom and wife and all that stuff. The other thing is I need to draw. I need to do something with my hands at least every day. It's not so much an addiction. It's the only thing I'm good at. Does that make sense? Probably not, because they left. But I need to be doing something just so with my hands, because that's all I'm good at doing, really, I think. And I like it. It's fun. I wish people could understand that more, but some people, they want the results. They want things done, and they want everything to look good. And that's not how it works. When you start doing certain hobbies, it's gonna be bad. You're gonna have a lot of crappy art. You're gonna have a lot of crappy mistakes, and that's okay. But I feel like, especially with internet and everything is very fast paced and instant self gratification, you don't want that. You want to have things done, and you didn't have to put as much effort. That's why I think there's a lot of AI artists that like, oh, I just came up with this idea based on AI. Like, wait a minute, did you even draw? Like, well, no. So I understand why some traditional artists or even digital artists don't like AI artists that much. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, just I don't really have much of an opinion. I haven't encountered an AI artist yet, and I'm not really looking forward to that either. But at the same time, it's like, well, just stay away from me. We're good. I'll look at your stuff from afar and then just stay away. That's fine. Okay, so this one is okay. It's more of a green, obviously, but I don't want to say jazz it up, but what fell? We don't even have apples anymore. And I'm kind of glad that I started the live stream now. Earlier, before I started, there was someone doing yard work and they had like power tools outside, or I think it was a weed whacker of some sort. We don't have lawns here. We don't have lawns, but you can at least use a weed whacker. So that's what I assumed they were doing, and it was going on for like a good hour. Like, oh my god. And yeah, I need to also stop saying and yeah, so yeah, but I have to condition myself and constantly remind myself. It's hard to break the habit, I'll admit, but it could be worse. I could have much worse habits. So I'll pick this habit to break rather than something more damaging to my health, I guess. But I still need to work on it. What else can I talk about? Yeah. Oh, right. So, do I have... Here. Is it okay to use pink? I don't know yet. Probably not. But there's pink here, so it's okay. But yeah, I may have to end a little early because my kid is sick. Well, I'm trying to take advantage while he sleeps. That's why I thought it was okay, but sometimes he gets a little congested and starts coughing a bit. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap it up a little early today. Not the usual hour, maybe 35 to 40 minutes. That should be fine. I'm just trying to take advantage while he's sleeping. My poor kid. Okay, so there is this part, and yeah, this is such a weird character. I've never seen it before, like a headless person just wandering around the desert singing some tunes, and then he disappears into the void, and then he comes back to start singing again whenever you beat someone up. So I was like, all right. I can appreciate that. Thank you. You get a free concert after you whoop someone's ass. Nice. And so I thought I should do some fan art for him. I'm pretty sure there is fan art for him, but I want my own. I want my own. Okay. I don't have those exact same colors. I might even buy more fine liner pens. I used to have a set, but my mom used them for her coloring book phase, and she probably lost some of them. So I'm like, ugh, I'll just buy my own. I may have some left over, but I will most likely just get a new set. I think the one I had was like a 72-piece set, and then this one I will probably get more, but sometimes the colors they have are eerily similar, like especially if you're colorblind or you have like a color weakness. I didn't realize there was a difference, but yeah, you need to be mindful of sometimes the materials that they make like at least 10 different pinks and 2 purples. That I don't like that. So you have to... Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, no one should. People left, so it's fine. Yeah, keep sleeping. Enjoy this. Yeah, it's because I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I figured he'd be asleep, but he does have those hiccup moments. So I'll probably wrap it up soon, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I may actually do a legit painting of this because I'm not going to give him pink, but yeah. And then if I get issues, I can just set it to private. I don't know. Oh no, did I mess up? Oh no, I think I messed up. I found the problem. Okay, I found the problem. Why the fingers look so long? Because they were not supposed to be that long. Okay. I can maybe hide it with paint, but yeah, this is the downside about line art. I cannot hide my mistakes as well as if I were using paint, or acrylic paint at least. And the hands look ridiculously big, I think. It'll be kind of cute to have this as pastel, I think. I don't know. Oh, this would actually go with his... Oh no, it's too brown. Oh no. I thought it was a lighter brown. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. I thought I can do like a pastel thing, but maybe not. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I will probably wrap up pretty soon, actually. Maybe in like 5 minutes, and then I will shut down a bit early today. I don't want to give my kid too much trouble. What's that? Oh, eBay. And I did give him medicine and some food. Not in that order, obviously, but it's, yeah, the easiest medicine really is sleep. I am living proof of that. I was really sick. I think I had the stomach flu at one point. Thankfully, there was no projectile vomiting, just my stomach actually hurt. And then I couldn't really do much. I had to stay in bed, and I went to sleep, and I woke up feeling a lot better. I was like, oh, that's all you had to do? Wow, okay. So I appreciate sleep so much more after that. Yeah, this weather is quite erratic, even though, oh, right, this weather, it's hot. Summer came on our end in fall. Yeah, it's supposed to be fall now, and it's ridiculous. It doesn't, like, that's why it gives me a headache with this kind of weather. And plus, we had like a whole bout of up and down weather where it was mostly cold and windy, and then like a very brief period of warm/hot weather, and then it goes back cold again. So a lot of people were sick this year, myself included, and it's kind of really hot now. Like, it was the hottest day of the week yesterday, and I had to miss out because, again, like I said, my kid was sick. But it is what it is. And then I think, I'm not sure until Saturday or Sunday, but it's still going to be 80 degrees this Saturday. And I have to do something important on Saturday. It's not outdoor related. Well, a little bit, but not too much. So, yeah, it's been not hectic, but kind of annoying. So, okay, so I think I will finish up off camera. There's not a lot to it. I also have to try not to make this torso kind of weird looking, because down here it feels like the torso is quite long. And yeah, I kind of have to wrap things up short today. I'm sorry about that. I don't want to disrupt my kid too much anymore that I have. I'm a jerk. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. So I will wrap it up here, unfortunately, but maybe if I have extra time, I can do an impromptu live stream later. I don't know yet, not today, but like probably later this week, but no promises because Friday might be busy if things work out and his cold does improve. But otherwise, I will have to continue next Wednesday or any day prior to that or after. But for sure, next Wednesday, I will have to continue on. So sorry that this is closed down. Why are there people showing up? So I will show things quickly, then I'll go. So yeah, I do small things on small sketchbooks. I can show again because that's it. Technically, this is not done, but I'll think of something. And I also do pencil work. I am a little bit petrified of trying to color it because like I mentioned, I have to erase it and I don't want to do that. So I just leave the pencils alone. And then this is someone's YouTube, a YouTube channel's, YouTuber, sorry, character. I thought it was cute. And yes, someone asked for this, okay. So portrait, lovely. And then I like this. I think this is my favorite of the bunch just because I am not good at drawing men. But this was a first in a long while that I had to see how far I can go. And it turned out pretty well. What bothered me was not so much the face, even though I did struggle with that, but the flowers were difficult. And kind of hard to make them look like flowers when it's all like pencil. Then there's Lapu Lapu from the Philippines. Mudang. I keep calling her Mudong, but it's Mudang, I guess. Very cute. And then the Inktober for today, yesterday. This was yesterday's Inktober. And then this is today's Inktober. Very odd, very odd. And then this was today's drawing. So, well, I'll finish it later. So that'll be it for now. Sorry, this is cut short. I kind of have to. My kid's sick, and I thought he can sleep, but I'm being too noisy and annoying. That's my fault. I will shut up now, and thanks for having me, and I'll see you again next Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, bye-bye. I love KFC nuggets. Me too.